Hey, howdy ho, children of the internet. This is our second time recording. Because my internet went out. Let's hope that never happens again. Anyways, you didn't really miss much. We talked a little bit about YouTube. But otherwise, you didn't miss much. The thing I wanted to bring up was Arkham Knight. Because, spoilers, if you haven't played the game before, you plan on playing the game. But, Lucas, I'd been talking to you about Arkham Knight, right? Wait. I am annoyed.
The laws.
It works.
Just with not just video games and literally just anything I want to talk about.
See,
What?
I'm gonna try to play through games and then do this catalog video.
I just
Like,
I just want to let you know we didn't catch anything that you said because my internet.
Like,
Yeah, we know.
the 2 episodes I have so far is one about Minecraft stands, which is the one I'm gonna make first, and one about Disney World. I think you can already tell what I mean by I'm going to talk about literally anything I want to talk about.
I think at this point, Minecraft stands is like that's kind of bold territory, Chet, going into Minecraft stands. Because you know that if you say anything too mean, it's not gonna go too well for you.
See, but like, here's the thing. I want a fan base
that actually
that
likes
is
you for you.
not incredibly sensitive. So just first off, I'm going to just get it out of the way that I am not a stupid 12-year-old, and that I would like stupid people to leave because I'm the only stupid person allowed in my fan base. Nobody else.
Hey, no stupid people allowed. Well, that's.
Dude,
well, I guess
you're
I'm allowed.
alienating
Nope, get out.
stupid people.
How dare you? How dare you, Chet? I'm
alienating
offended.
Stupid people,
I'm
dude.
offended that you would say that about stupid people. How dare you,
You,
Chet?
he just said the worst thing about people who are considered stupid.
Chet, I'm offended on so many levels that you would alienate our stupid viewers.
I'm so sorry. I have to make my first apology video before I've even released the first episode.
You wanna know the funny thing?
Everything.
Literally all of us here are the type of people who when someone's like, hey, you're being mean, you shouldn't say that, we're just like, but I want to. So I'm gonna.
So
I'm offended, honestly, though.
I've already got like one really stupid kind of like. I've already got one thing about the comically bad lore that I want to do. So in the first episode, I'm going to wear a freaking like Star Wars hat that I've had for a while.
Chat.
And in the end of the episode, the Minecraft stands burned down my house. And well, probably not burn down my house, but they protest outside of my house, and I go out there, and they freaking murder me. Not really, but the ending joke is that like I'm all beat up, and then I'm like, they stole my hat. And then in the next episode, I make a joke about how like I got this hat, that's my Mickey Mouse hat that I'm wearing in my PFP. And then I'm just gonna wear that same hat in every episode until like maybe episode 50, the first special, and it'll be all about finding my original hat. Well, not all about that. It'll kind of be like a Scott the Woz episode, where it's like it talks about like Madden 08 or memory cards, and then it also has like lore. It's a lore stream, but not.
Like, okay, my point with that.
I'll probably talk about like freaking something.
It's just kind of I feel like you're gonna get in some way bashed for
But I'm not gonna be too harsh. I'm not gonna be mean.
Either way, you're probably gonna end up getting bashed for making.
If I get bashed, it'll be a new experience, and it'll be fun.
Well, for other people, bashing you, it'll be a new experience. But just being bashed in general, me and Lucas, literally everyone that you know, has probably done that at least once.
Yeah.
I know I've done it.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, Minecraft stands are horrible people. If you are a Minecraft stan, you suck. I'm gonna be like, okay, most Minecraft stands are like cool, but then there you got the
You
other
should
50%
you should
that
also
are
probably
sexualizing minors.
you should also
That's what I have
probably
a problem with.
you should also probably bring up the fact that
Then you have Tommy in it.
that you know a dream stand, and you know that people are like you should call out both sides. Honestly, you should call out people who don't like dream stands and people who like
For
dream
some
stands.
reason, you saying that I know a dream stand, like as
You
it
don't
like
know a dream stand, but you know someone who likes dream.
yeah,
You know
I know someone
who's
who
a
likes
fan
Dream.
of dream.
For some reason, you saying that just like made me think of a really funny plot idea. I get like
Why
the
is
most
there a
random
bleeding
ideas
tree?
from the most simple things. Anyways, so like, what if in the special episode where I find my original hat, there's like some super villain guy. One of you will probably play the character, and he's like the ultimate dream stan, and he's super sensitive. He
I just
cancels
thought of, I
everyone
just
over
thought of
everything.
something.
He cancels Tommy, bullies him into getting therapy. He freaking has Wattpad and sexualizes Tommy in it. He's the ultimate dream stan.
I just had an amazing idea. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
basically, here's how it would go. So you meet the guy, right? You meet the ultimate
Mhm.
dream stand, and you probably don't, but you know those sometimes when like clown on people, they'll do like a dub of them with a Japanese accent or in like text to speech. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right, Lucas?
Yeah.
You both know what I'm talking about, right? You should just do that.
Yes.
Wait, no, you
That'd
should
be
do it. You
amazing.
should do like a Japanese dub. He could have the, wait, hold on. He could have the hat on. Didn't you wait? The quest was for the hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He should have the hat on, and that's how you get the hat back.
So like,
Hold on, I
This
just thought of
big
another joke.
and this big
Chat.
like fight thing, it just sets up for a big epic battle, and it's just like, oh hey, grabs hat, walks away.
One of his moves should be. One of his moves should be like, "You're a racist." You're racist, and then you're like, "Ah!"
oh, like freaking so the dream stand, he doesn't physically hurt you. He doesn't mentally hurt you. What he does is make you trend on Twitter.
Oh no, that is a fate
The
worse
worst
than death.
thing that can happen to a man.
I
That is
mean,
a
Ranboo
fate
trends on
worse
Twitter
than
like
death.
every other day.
Well, no.
Ranboo can handle the power of trending on Twitter.
He trends you on Twitter with /neg at the end.
Bro.
That's scary.
You know that someone's gonna do that exact thing, and at some point try and get you trending on Twitter with /neg at the end.
And then it's like some freaking like cool animation where he like holds up the trending tag and then like throws it at you, and it freaking just launches you. Just like, no, he mentally hurt me.
There should be like an end scene, and the way you like stick a sword through his stomach, and you go, and you go, Schlatt's a good person, and he screams and then disintegrates.
Yes. Okay, so on my camera here, I have the hat I'm gonna wear in the first episode. I don't have my Mickey hat. It is probably in like the living room somewhere. I got this. I'm gonna wear this in the first episode. Dream Stan takes it. Okay, it's gone. And then I use my Mickey hat for like 49 episodes. And then boom, it comes back and I retrieve it from the ultimate Dream Stan.
You could have a running gag.
And then it sits on my desk for the rest of time. I still wear the Mickey hat.
Imagine that every time you say, "I'm gonna get back the hat," it's just you walk up
stupid
to
joke
him,
at the end.
a big opening
It's
fight,
like,
and then you just grab the hat and walk away.
He should.
So like,
there should
This
be
is no commentary. Just
there should be one bit where it's like
he's like,
Finally. He's like Chet. He's like on a Wattpad, and he's writing something. And he's telling me he's going, and you just walk up beside it and go. You grab the hat, and he's like, "Hey!" save. Oh wait, no, I gotta save this. You just run.
Just like he just like I got the hat. I'm just like, finally, I got it.
We could have.
And then just sets it on his desk and doesn't wear it. That's
we
just
should
the
have
one.
like a.
He just sets it on his desk.
When do you
And then
plan
the
on?
rest
When
of
do
the
you
series,
plan
he
on
just doesn't have a
like
hat.
finishing these or doing that specific
Like I wear
scenario?
the. Oh, is that my hat? Wait, hold on. No, it's not.
You can find the Mickey hat.
No. You review the hat. You review a hat in time. That's what That's what the episode is about. It's about a hat in time and Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario. You should do what it would feel like to be. What? Okay, do like a polygon type thing. What it would feel like to be some of the Mario characters that you can possess.
Oh dang, yeah. Or like my hat, like my hat just becomes freaking Cappy, just like oh yeah, and I just turn into random freaking things.
Oh yeah, look at.
There's just like googly eyes on the Mickey ears.
Just googly eyes. That's amazing. Okay.
By the way, the revolution in France is not going well.
You just like jump up and down, and it just rattles. Look me in the eyes. You have
Look me in the eyes.
Anyways, back to what I originally wanted to talk about. Lucas, remember when I told you about a lot of the stuff about Arkham Knight?
Blow up Poland.
It was spoilers, but in the end, they
Caden, no spoilers on the internet. That's illegal. Batman dies in Endgame.
You immediately, hey, spoiler now.
Oh yeah, so like Scott the Waz's TV music blast as his freaking a villain game. Mine is Sonic Generations for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Just like I could rant all day for why Sonic Generations on the 3DS shouldn't exist.
What do you mean 2D Robo Ziplash? It's obviously just Gex. I mean, what are you talking about?
My bad. Gex is amazing. But Sonic Generations for the 3DS, on the other hand... Okay, so, like, the entire point of Sonic Generations is to kind of, like, show how there was 2D Sonic, and then there was the 3D Sonic games. It kind of, like, mashes them together into one game. That was, like, the entire gimmick. Sonic Generations completely removes that. It removes the entire gimmick of the game. So if it's gonna remove one of the like core concepts of the game, why is it on the 3DS? Not to mention that it doesn't have cutscenes, which makes the experience just very less immersive.
To be fair, if you count it, that would mean that Mario 64 was the first 3D Mario game, right?
You need to have a game that you can call the villain game.
Like Sonic Generations on the 3DS, it works. It's Sonic Generations, but it just doesn't feel the same. It's like.
Should I have a question?
Yeah.
Super Mario 64 is more of just a question. Mario 64 was the first game to be released as a 3D Mario game, right? Well, that technically threw out the entire idea of 2D Mario platformer, but that doesn't make it a bad game.
No, but Mario 64 is not meant to be 2D.
Yeah.
No, like what he's saying is
Sonic Generations
was a game made to show like it was a game based on the fact that old and new Sonic were different, and to show 3D and 2D based on the different Sonics.
Like, it's Sonic Generations for 3D. No, not Sonic Generations for 3DS. Sonic Generations, it's like supposed to show how like classic Sonic, it has 2D, and modern Sonic is 3D.
Well,
and then in the 3DS version, it's just classic Sonic's 2D and modern Sonic's 2D. So it just completely gets rid of the entire point.
If we're going to that level, Sonic Forces
is on the 3DS, they remove the 3D aspect of the game.
Well, fair point. I mean, I'm not seeing the number 64 in Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. To be fair,
being called 64 was because
okay, so like take this. So like you got You got Super Mario 64, okay?
And it was the 64.
And then
Yeah.
on the Nintendo 64, and it's 3D and stuff. And it's supposed to show, like, oh wow, Super Mario can be 3D. That was, like, the entire point of the game. Not really, but, like,
Yeah. No,
it
it
was
was
supposed to be,
entirely
like,
just
3D. It was supposed
they
to be
were doing
Mario's
3D.
jump to 3D. And then
That's
imagine they re-released
It
Super
wasn't.
Mario
Did you say it
64 on the
wasn't
Game
supposed to be
Boy.
3D? It was Mario's jump to 3D.
That was it was Mario's debut in 3D. Whatever. Okay. So imagine they released Super Mario 64 on the Game Boy, and it's not 3D. That kind of gets rid of the entire aspect of why Super Mario 64 exists in the first place.
Okay. Imagine
Because if Super
that
Mario
there's this
64 is supposed to
game.
be the debut into 3D, it's supposed to be Mario's appearance in 3D. It's supposed to be this cool 3D experience. And then in the downgraded version, they completely get rid of that. That just does not make sense at all.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about bad games and series, the Paper
Like, the
Mario
game,
series comes up,
like, sure,
and it
it would
comes up a
function
lot.
on the Game Boy. It's still the game, but it's just not the same. It just, like, the game is obviously built for 3D, so then why would you play it in a 2D aspect?
As long as we're gonna rant about games we don't like, or bad games in the
Oh, I didn't
series.
even know we were talking about games you don't like. I thought Chet was just ranting about Sonic
Yeah,
Generations.
well, I'm gonna
I
rant
was just
about.
ranting about the 3DS port to Sonic Generations and why
I'm
shit.
gonna rant about a bad game that was also on the 3DS,
What was
because
another bad
all
game?
the bad games. Okay, so Paper Mario's a very good series to me. I hold it very dear to my heart. But Sticker Star was horrible.
Sticker Star.
I
Was
didn't
that?
think Sticker Star was bad.
It took a RPG game.
I
First two
never played
iterations,
Sticker Star, so.
RPG, perfect. I have no critiques. Third game, yeah, it was okay, but it took the RPG out of it. Sticker Star, what? Why? Why? This is an RPG. You give us collectible things that we can only use for battle, that we can run out of. This
I
is our
can't
only way of
this makes like
attacking,
every
and we
game.
run out of them.
Well, I think it's supposed to be to create a sense of scarcity. It kind of works like stamina, but a little different. I guess it's like the Estus. I guess it's like
but
the Estus
you
flask
can
and
buy them, but
yeah. Well, then
it's just a weird. It's just a staple RPG aspect, and then you remove the main part of it.
I guess
The
like
getting the
I
new
I
moves.
would think
It's
of like
just bad.
Estus flasks in Dark Souls. Because yeah, you can attack, but like Dark Souls enemies are not very forgiving. You get hit once, you can very easily die immediately. Estus flasks, they're rare, and you can buy them, but you can run out of them. It's kind of the same thing like that. Because your only way of healing, as far as I know, is Estus flasks and bonfires. And you don't find bonfires that usually.
Now, if we're gonna talk useless downgrades of video games, this is just one other thing I want to point out. So, Sonic Generations for the 3DS is one thing. But, like, this one's a little bit better than Sonic Generations, but it still makes 0 sense. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom on Game Boy Advance.
Why is it?
It is
It's gonna
literally
be
a
another
different
rant
game.
about taking away the 3D.
It is literally a different
You guys
game.
ever notice how all the handheld consoles are the ones that have bad ports?
Yeah.
Like
I
guess Xbox has had a few meh ones. I can think of some ports on like the Wii. The Wii has some meh ones. Same with the Wii U.
Like,
But
Battle for
otherwise, it's
Bikini
like
Bottom.
it's all handhelds.
Like, Battle for Bikini Bottom makes much more sense because it's like, sure, it's a horrible port, but like the game wasn't really that special. It was a good game, but like nobody really cared about the Game Boy port. Sonic Generations was literally Sonic's anniversary, and they just took the 3DS port and basically made it for a cheap buck. That is what I have a problem with.
What are you gonna do?
They took Sonic's big anniversary game, 3D and 2D, and then made it just horrible.
Let's switch from bad games and bad things about games and stuff, and switch more to underrated games.
Underrated games?
Dude, okay. Personal
Or
opinion.
like disrate, like games that should not be rated as they're rated
Pause.
for a reason that's just stupid.
Like, okay, hold on. Let me look at the. I wanna see this because I've been getting I'm getting an Arkham Knight, and I want to see what the ratings for it are. Because I would rate it like a 9 out of 10. Sometimes it's a little weird, and the Joker's quest is dumb, but yeah, it's a 9. It's good. It's a 9 out of 10. Most of the time.
The Mario Luigi series is another one that I hold near and dear to my heart, right? And you know they have Mario Luigi and Paper Mario crossover.
Oh, I love that game. That game
And
is
it's
awesome.
a great game.
Yeah.
But it gets classified as part of the Paper Mario franchise. It's not a Paper Mario game.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
definitely
Mario Luigi game with Paper Mario characters. And I hate that it gets classified with Paper Mario because that makes the entire and it brought back the RPG aspect of it. It gave Paper Mario levels again. And
So,
I
like,
love the game, but it gets classified with Paper Mario when it's obviously a Mario Luigi game in every single aspect.
so this isn't really underrated, but like, so Rec Room, it's not underrated because it has really good reviews. It's not really told a bad game. It's just criminally overlooked because so many people, they hear the word Rec Room, they hear 2 words Rec Room, and they're like, oh yeah, it's that one game with like annoying 9-year-olds everywhere. I'm never playing that game. And it's just like
It's
it's such a good game with so much potential. It's just that the community has pushed literally everyone away from it.
That's happened with so many games I can think of. Like,
It's
especially with Minecraft. Like, people aren't necessarily
Minecraft.
pushed away, but a lot of the time people get exposed to the MCYT community and think, man, this is what Minecraft is like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to hang out with these people. And then they get kind of pushed away. It doesn't happen much, but some people just... I think that's really a problem on both sides, because yeah, the community sucks, but people shouldn't judge a game by its community.
So you have games that are criminally overlooked, and then you have games that are understandably criminally overlooked, like Fortnite. I hate saying that word, but I just have to say it. The game at its core, from like a few years ago, had genuinely good potential. It was a really good game.
Back then,
the community came along and freaking pushed everyone away from it.
Yeah, they pushed Epic to just like I think what they did is it wasn't in the community. The community did something, but if the community was better, Epic might not have gone as hard on them. But I just feel like Epic has gotten to the point where they're
running out of ideas.
They're running out of
abilities
I think
to do anything with it.
They pushed meme culture. Like, they brought meme culture. When a game puts meme culture in the game, it has to be done perfectly. If meme culture is not done well, your game's ruined. If you incorporate memes, you have to incorporate them in a good way.
It's like
they incorporated
time travel
some good
in movies. It's like time travel in movies. If you don't incorporate it perfectly, people are gonna hate it because it's gonna have a bunch of flaws, and you can't overlook the flaws.
Like, okay, originally, Fortnite was doing good. They were understanding what the kids like. But as their older fan base went away, and younger fan base... Actually, no. Yeah, older fan base went away, younger fan base came in. And they brought memes that a lot of the older fan base, some of which were still in Fortnite, didn't actually like. Because a lot of the memes just weren't their style. So then you have older people being pushed away, younger people being pushed. I just feel like that's what's going to end up happening. A wave of young people are going to flock to Fortnite because, new memes. And then they're going to leave the same way as a new generation comes in because, new meme. And it's just going to happen until eventually the game dies, I guess.
Fortnite at its very, very core is a great game. It has a good concept.
There's just too much, I guess.
It perfected it. And then what happened was it got so big to the point where Epic just felt like they had to do just everything.
Yeah.
And then they added just a ton of stuff in every season. To the point where they added too much. And now they are, it's so like, and if a Fortnite player can't admit this, then they are just trying to stand up for Epic. They've just run out of just anything to do with the game.
They've run out of plans. I think there's a certain point where, like, I think there are limits of stuff, of minimum and maximum stuff. Like in RPGs, you can put a good amount of stuff. RPGs are kind of like the center. Like, you can put 10 mechanics max. And then you got, like, stuff like D&D. This is what comes to mind. You can have all the mechanics you want. Doesn't even matter. D&D is one of those games where you can
occasion.
have...
D&D, you can have literally anything you need.
Yeah, D&D is like...
As long as it's written correctly.
As long as it's written correctly,
it's
perfect. The game... Listen, I'm not shading D&D, but there's a lot of stuff there. I know that can be unbecoming to new people. It's a good game at its core. And that's one of those games where you can't have too much. You might be able to. There's a certain point where you can reach a limit, but for the most part, hard to get too much of D&D. And then there's, like, shooter games, which are probably one of the lowest. You can have a couple mechanics. You can have, like, I would recommend healing mechanics, sprinting mechanics, maybe movement if you're going for, like, a Titanfall approach,
jump,
gun mechanics,
shooting mechanics, movement mechanics,
and, like,
and strategic.
I guess strategic's not a necessity, but strategics, I always recommend strategy.
It's like the three things you need.
I think it'd be personal. I guess you can sum it up in more personal. I guess loadout and then strategical. They're all on different levels. Loadout, like each of them, you can have like those three basic.
I want to bring up.
Ah, man. No, that sucks. It's something funny like this. It's just something fun. So let's hope that you know what I expected. Yeah, I have way too many things open. I don't agree with that. I have so much stuff. Steam library. How about? Yeah, there's nothing.
Hey, basically what Fortnite did.
We're back, and we're at 30 minutes, by the way. We'll go for an hour.
Seasons 1 through 8 were good. Seasons 9 through 10 sucked. Chapter 2, Season 1 was amazing. It was a fresh new start for Fortnite. Everything was original, and I thought that Fortnite was finally a good game again.
And then it
proceeded to the next seasons were just garbage, unoriginal, and just pure, utter just frustration for how bad they were. And then I quit Fortnite again. I never played it again. Because I just can't stand that game anymore.
I have a gun that says magic on the side of it. It's not an actual one, but...
Like, I shoot that's behind me. And how people still put up with Fortnite.
It's because they're children.
I don't understand.
It's usually because they're either adults who want money, because, you know, young children, or they're adults, or they're kids.
Like, oh my gosh, dude.
I think we should
just people, if there is someone, just someone out there that is an adult and has played Fortnite throughout its entire life and still does play Fortnite, I would like to know their story. and their IP address so I can dox them. Why? Why?
You're gonna get in
I
trouble
think
for
I
that.
think we should close out. I think we should close out this discussion with favorite games of all time.
Oh, dude, that one's really easy.
Game of all time?
Okay, this one I wanted to bring up, but I never got to. In overlooked games, criminally overlooked games, Rayman Origins, and technically
Rayman Origins was amazing.
It's such a good game, man. Maybe
To
it's
be honest,
nostalgia,
I
but
literally today finished watching Let's Plays of Rayman 2 and Rayman 3 because
any Rayman
criminally
game is
insane.
really good. Maybe I don't know about 1 and 2, but three was meh. I didn't really like the 3 game.
Hoodlum has
I
it.
didn't like
I didn't
the
like 3
one on
very
the
much, but
PlayStation.
pretty comedy based.
Origins was perfect, dude.
Origins is just, and then I think Rayman Legends realized this, and that's the thing I have to give to the people up at the Rayman Corporation. They know what the community,
Ubisoft.
what games the community. Ubisoft knows what games the community's like, because they went to Origins and they just straight up stole some of the levels, and then put it in Legends. Like you can
Because they know
unlock
people
Origins levels. They know, man. I'm telling you, they're smart.
They
They know what the people
I have 3 favorite games really. I've Paper Mario Thousand Year Door all time one of my best games ever. I have Mario Luigi Bowser Inside Story, which is one of the first games I ever owned. It is very near to my heart. And then I have the entirety of the Luigi's Mansion series because none of them are bad and all of them are the greatest games of all time.
Okay.
So
I guess
have 5,
if we're going for top 3, it has to be Rayman Origins. Just the entire Rayman series. I guess Arkham Knight, because I really like Arkham Knight. I have so much to say about Arkham Knight, but a lot of it would be spoilers because it's very story-oriented. Story-oriented?
Story-oriented. You just created a word.
I made a new word. I'm trying to think of another one I really like. I really like both Brawl, Melee, and Ultimate Smash Bros.
Smash Bros. Is such a good series.
Smash Bros. Is a really good series. The only one I didn't really like was the Wii U one. I don't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's just called Wii U.
It's just Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Yeah. I didn't like that one. I think I played it originally. I think it was the first one I actually played. That one was kind of fun.
The first one I played as well.
The thing is, we either have all the same opinion or two conflicting opinions shared by 2 people because you got 2 Nintendo children and a Caden.
So
I don't. It's not that I don't like Nintendo games. I love a lot of Nintendo's games. It's just their prices on games are. I don't like those.
They're garbage.
Name one Nintendo game that wasn't free or $60.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you any
and I know a lot of AAA corporations do that.
Scott even admits this in his game collecting video. He's like, PS4 prices usually start at $60, and then a month later they drop down. So wait a month after the game releases, and then they'll drop down. Xbox games, they also do the same thing. A month later the price drops.
Nintendo games,
Nintendo games, they stay the exact
they
same.
will never drop.
Buy them now.
Dude,
they're either going free or they're never.
DS games. That's what I do. I just go to the DS rack they have at GameStop, and I just buy 20 DS games.
I think GameStop. We should talk about GameStop. GameStop is amazing. Aside from the fact that you can't buy digital stuff, it is amazing. Cheap.
Yes. You turn in your collector's edition Game & Watch collection for $3.
That's the one thing I don't like about GameStop.
Yeah, sure you can't trade in things, but they don't work as a pawn. They are not a pawn shop. They sell used stuff at such good prices. I found Origins for $10. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think it usually goes for $30. That's a 66% discount?
Yeah, I half the time I buy old pre-owned DS games. I have, let's see, let me count the ones that are just pre-owned DS games here. 3D Land, Omega Ruby, Puzzle Dragons thing, Yoshi's New Island, Pokemon Black, and Super Mario 64 DS. All pre-owned And I found a new Bowser's Inside Story. I'll just pre-owned, sitting at a game.
Oh, this is a fun fact. I played the game that the Press X to Doubt meme is from. I played it. I think it's called LA Noire, and it is good. Graphics, meh. Game itself, pretty good.
My favorite game of all time is so generic.
What is it? Oh, let me guess. Super Mario 64.
You guessed right.
I knew it. It is that is
like,
very generic. It's not a bad game though. So, generic
It's not
games are
bad.
good.
Like, I feel like it's kind of sucks because like my game is so generic, but I just love the game so much.
It
Then
doesn't.
like I
Honestly,
can't just
the
say
way I
it's
look
not.
at it, it doesn't matter if it's generic if it's good.
Yeah,
Who cares if
I
it's
think
generic?
it's just my favorite game, man. I love it so much, and it have a soft spot for me, just because I played it like throughout all of my life.
If I had to pick, I'd probably have to say Bowser's Inside Story because it's been the one that I've like
Bowser's Inside Story is a really good game as well.
played the most.
I'm trying to like ADS and shoot, but I can't bring myself to pull the trigger because I think it's gonna bump me in the cheek.
Thousand Year Door, Bowser's Inside Story, and Luigi's Mansion, the original, are all three like the games I played from like.
It didn't hurt.
I happily own Luigi's Mansion with the disc, the box, not the box, the like freaking what the frick are those called? Hold on.
I feel like I'm loading a musket whenever I load this thing because you have to put the bullet in. You have to push it down.
Okay,
So it's in
apparently
there.
I don't have the
And then you
Luigi's
have to-
Mansion manual. I thought I had it.
You have to pull it. You have to pull back the thing with so much force.
I probably have the original Luigi's Mansion box.
I happily own the case and the disc. That is like my one life accomplishment.
The good thing about the game is emulate them.
I just had an amazing idea.
I have Dark Moon somewhere, and I definitely have.
I was gonna play Luigi's Mansion earlier, but I couldn't find the power cord for my GameCube.
We should play just every Pokemon game, step to step, for a series. Just the three of us.
I can never finish Pokemon.
I could never.
I love them so much, but I never.
Maybe
finish
not
them.
like that. But
I don't think I'd be able to find.
You know what we should do?
I don't think I have.
I don't remember what it's called. Because we're the only ones who voice acted in that game, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? The Paper Mario. Like, George does some people, but for the most part, we're the only ones.
Oh, wait! I can't be able to do that anymore.
Why?
Wait, maybe. I don't remember when we started that. It might have been. Was it before we got the new computer?
You had your new computer, I think.
Okay.
That's why we started it, because you had a new computer and you could load things better.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Bro, I'm gonna...
we'll have to do that again, but...
I mean, I
I
would
do
love
want
to
to
replay the
start
game.
doing daily uploads again.
We could just be like,
Oh,
restarting this.
I should be able to work on this computer.
Hold on, let me go grab some real quick.
I think I should probably go to bed at some point soon.
I immediately gave up.
Wait, have you ended the recording yet?
Do you guys have any retro game suggestions that I should play? Because I don't know what to play.
What do you mean retro?
Like retro, like not stuff, not like Dolphin games. Like games that were on retro, like NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance.
Super Mario RPG Legend with 7 stars.
I've tried that game, but I just cannot finish RPGs for my life.
I don't really know a lot of games that are like SNES era.
You could do Super Mario Bros. 2. That's pretty retro.
Super Mario Bros.
Okay,
2?
SNES.
The US one or the Japan one?
I don't care. Both of them were good for me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was on the SNES. Was it on the SNES or the NES? The GameCube at a stretch, but I'm pretty sure it was
Anything
SNES.
before like GameCube and Wii.
Anything before GameCube and Wii?
Anything before
Yeah.
GameCube
Super Mario,
And not
Super Mario
PS1 or Xbox.
Super Mario Bros.
Because
1
neither of those were on retro.
Super Mario Bros. 1
Like any Nintendo thing that's before Wii in GameCube.
Yeah, like I said, you can play. I think you can play the. Can you play the
So
original?
N64 is in the picture.
Yes,
So,
N64 is in
Banjo Kazooie, Banjo 2,
Nah,
easily,
Banjo.
those games are good.
or Donkey Kong 64.
Oh
There you
yeah,
go.
Donkey
Easily.
Kong Country.
Donkey Kong, Donkey
Donkey Kong
Kong
Country.
64.
When?
Super Mario 64.
Why does RetroArch work on Windows 2000?
I don't know.
Why does it work on Windows 95?
I guess the guy.
Windows 95.
Hold on, I don't understand. Am I supposed to stick my chin in the middle of this? That's
What?
really
Excuse me,
uncomfortable.
What?
I have a gun. No, this is where my thumb goes.
Let me think.
Okay, this is where my thumb goes.
1.5K.
Another.
Okay, this is where my
I'll
thumb
save
goes
it.
and my wrist and then my cheek. Okay, that's.
Honestly, I'm just gonna make like a joke video, like tomorrow.
Pokemon
It's
Stadium.
just me like having a super big ego as a joke. Like
That's
just like
something I can aim for.
just
I want
like
something to
guys, thank you for the 1.5 thousand views. But I don't really care about any of you because like I have a mansion
Because
and
I'm rich.
a Tesla Cybertruck. Yes, Elon Musk personally sent me a Tesla Cybertruck early version because I'm so rich. So like I
If you
care
got a
about
Tesla
none of you.
Cybertruck early, I would get time machine. I would get a time machine early. I
Oh
would
yeah,
get
did I
two
mention
time.
I also have a time
I would
machine
get
and
a
I'm going
time
to
machine
be
and
the
then a
number one
Cybertruck.
YouTuber in the US?
I would get a time machine and then a Cybertruck.
That's what I said. Then I think I'm
Cause I'm an idiot.
well,
And
I could bring back up the fact that Pikmin is super underrated.
Oh, Pikmin. I
Pikmin.
don't think I said it's underrated. I just think people don't talk about it.
I think it's that and also the fact that it's not got a
one day I'll have a
huge fan.
GameCube memory card.
Dude, okay.
So it
My
hasn't got a fourth
one
game.
gripe about Nintendo also is that they don't continue very many series. Like they have
Yeah.
Smash. Most of them, by the way, have to include Mario. Like, I guess Legend of Zelda doesn't technically include Mario. No. Yeah, they don't really have very many continuous well-known. I guess like
I
Kirby,
feel like there's
but
only
Kirby
like a
hasn't
few
gotten a game.
series that Nintendo
Zelda,
keeps running.
Metroid.
They have not. They
Pokemon.
just now. They released a Metroid game like 30
Kirby.
years later, Lucas. You can't be like Metroid. They released it 30 years after the first one was made. It took them 30. You're really telling me it took them 30 years
And
to make?
Metroid Prime 4 has been in development since you were born.
Last night I got this call from a woman.
That's not even a joke.
They've been
It's
working
been
on
in
Metroid Prime
development
4 since like
since like
Cave existed.
Caden couldn't even speak. They've been working on this game that's probably never going to come out
So
in his
what you're
lifetime.
telling me is they made debatably one of the greatest Super Smash Bros. Games in like a year and a half. But they can't make a Metroid
They
game.
announced it back in like 2012, I think.
What?
They announced when they announced Metroid Prime 4.
Okay, my point is, the last time that they made a Metroid game and they released it was at least 10 years ago.
Oh, it was only 2017. I could have sworn it was 2017. No, wait, no, it was no, that was Dread.
Announcement.
Well,
It says it was
Lucas, my point is, technically Metroid. They didn't really work on Kirby recently. Legend of Zelda.
It was announced in June of
they're
2017.
They're remastering Legend of Zelda to be fair, but like, do you count a remaster as a new game? Because I don't.
Oh no, it wasn't Metroid Prime. It was Metroid Dread. It was originally like shown off in the
Metroid Dread
Nintendo
is
magazine
teased for so long.
from like 2005.
I was -3.
Metroid Dread was shown off originally in 2005.
Jeez.
The title Metroid Dread first appeared on a 2005 internal Nintendo software list of key DS games set to be announced in the future.
Stop speaking, nerd.
Appeared on a 2005 internal Nintendo software. Released October 8th, 2021. I just realized the new Nintendo Switch and Metroid Dread come out on the same day.
I'm just gonna say, we've had the year of Luigi. Now give me year of the Toad.
I want to get the year of the Waluigi. That's what we need.
Well, yeah, that too. We need year of Waluigi. We need a Waluigi game now. Immediately, Nintendo. I will pull out the glove.
Waluigi
I guess
pinball.
like Donkey Kong has had some new things, but like
Donkey
other than
Kong
most Mario
started with
things,
Mario.
Has there been a Donkey Kong game on Switch?
I don't think so. Isn't it is
Yeah.
Tropical Freeze on
They
Switch?
ported a bunch
Ports
of old
don't
NES
count.
and
Well, like,
SNES.
not including ports. Has there been, like, an actually new game?
Did they make I don't remember. Is Tropical Freeze on
Nope,
Switch?
that'd be a port. That'd be a
Tropical
port anyway.
Freeze? I think that's on, like, the Wii U.
Yeah.
It's not
I
on
was
the
gonna say
Wii
it's
U.
either on the
Anyway.
Wii U or it's on the Switch. Anyways,
No.
point
That
is
was
they
that
don't have very many
back-
series.
that was
And
3DS era.
the part that annoys me the most is that they haven't worked on a Kid Icarus game. And yes, I'm bringing this up. In like, what, 20 years?
They haven't worked on
Oh,
a
wait,
Kid
no.
Icarus game, and yet Kit is still in Smash.
Was Tropical
not
Freeze
Kid Icarus.
originally on Wii U? Or was it always
It
on
was,
Switch?
it was
think it was always on the Wii U.
originally on. I know it was originally on 3DS. So.
Wait, how would
Yeah, it
you
was.
3D?
Okay, yeah, it was on the Wii U, so
3DS
the
Tropical
Nintendo
Freeze?
Switch one is a port.
I'm confused.
So-
How would you do 3DS Tropical Freeze? What?
They're not originally on the 3DS, but it was at least ported to the 3DS. So.
It's not on the 3DS. It says the two platforms are Nintendo Switch and Wii U.
How would you do that? That doesn't even know.
There was a Nintendo.
Let me look up 3DS.
Like, you know that the worst part is, you know that they didn't forget about Kid Icarus because
Why is there? Okay, never
they've
mind.
made references to Kid Icarus before. Like, not even just Pitt's existence. In some of, like, Pitt's lines to Palutena. Palutena?
So there hasn't
Palutena.
been like an original. There's been an original game on the Switch for that. Okay.
That's
I
a
could've
really good
sworn
site.
It was on the 3DS.
I don't know what that laugh was. I can't get myself to pull the trigger when I have my eye at the site.
I'll take care of it, I promise.
I need encouraging words to pull the trigger.
Anyway,
Just
did you like end that thing that you were doing?
No, we've been recording this. I'm going to, at the very least, 45 minutes. And we're at 40, I think? Oh, no, we are past 40. Well, we can end it now.
Pog.
Will this be a podcast now? Probably.
I'm gonna commit arson now.
Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for today's podcast. Hope you had fun. Hope you
89 subs.
I didn't have fun. That
Hope
was
you
not
89
fun,
subs.
Caden.
Thank you, chat, for that amazing outro. So I didn't have to.
Caden, that was
Anyways,
not
bye-bye.
fun.